Hello everybody, welcome back. It's good to be with you again on this Wednesday. There's racing out at Hollywood Bets Greyville. It's a poly track meeting. Well, they race all 8 races on the poly. And interesting racing in the build-up to the last couple of weeks in terms of what we watched in the build-up to the Hollywood Bets Durban July. And it's going to be very exciting. I'll talk to Daryl about that in a moment. In the first, interestingly enough, 2 first-timers are dominating to the extent that Dean Cannemeyer's horse, that was Gimmy's Countess, this morning, the 10 a.m. market, 9 to 10. Whilst you're watching this closer to race time, you can get an idea what the betting looks like. And then there's another one from Glencott's stable. First timer called Spirit of Lavana, who's priced up at 3 to 1 as the second favourite. And then you can get almost 10 to 1 and bar those two. So first time is dominating. Daryl, just a quick question, if I may ask you about the July itself, in terms of what you've seen. We watched, there's been a couple of big races that have already taken their place. Where are you? Have you decided, or are you still deciding?
I'm always leaning towards the 3-year-olds, Clyde. Yeah. Let's see what happens in the daily news.
Yeah, and then we've also got the Gold Challenge, as well. That's a build-up, isn't it? Those two.
Clyde, yeah, I mean, Green with Envy was super impressive over distance short of his best. But you know what? Let's touch on today's card. I need to tell the viewers, Clyde, that I find this card very difficult. My perms are costly. Unfortunately, I didn't find any bankers for Mr. Willem Kemp, Mr. Kemp. What is it? He got his panties in a knot, or is it knickers in a knot, Clyde?
I'm not sure. What happened?
I couldn't find any bankers over the weekend, and he threw his toys out the cot. But anyway,
well,
we'll try our best today.
You must remember something. Let me explain something to you when it comes to punting
and
betting. I've told you before, you go to the casino, you do your money, you have a go at the croupier. Remember?
Well, he finds the game easy. He can find many bankers, so good luck to him.
What are we doing with the first?
Yeah, Clyde. I haven't banked the first timer because if I did, the viewers are going to come down on me for banking a first timer, because what happens if it gets left or is green? So I backed it up with a race runner in number 3, WSB. Now, take note, the tongue tie does come off. In her penultimate start, she showed good pace with the blinkers. And you know what? In the past, Clyde, we've rarely seen horses improve under the training of Bar and Boitzer. So she does make her debut for the new yard. She was meant to run a few weeks ago, so I think she is fit enough. And maybe with that pace and experience on the poly track, it will hold her in good stead. Now, there are 2 first-timers to take note of. Number 5, Spirit of Lavana, who they've secured the services of Richard Free. There are comments in the front of the computer form with regards to both of them. Number 5, Spirits Smart Filly will be doing her best work at the finish. Now, she is bred for a little bit further. Her dam won a few races over a mile, including a grade 3. And then number 7, we all know how well bred she is. Gimmy's Countess. She's a full sister to grade 1 winning Gimme a Prince. So the money in the anti-post market has come for her. She's a nice filly, and you must include her in all exotics. Clyde,
bred,
I played the safe route 3 and 7. If you want to add in another, the 5, Spirits of Lavana.
Okay, so it's one of those. The first time is you never know where you stand, but 9 to 10 the market about Gimmy's Countess. Spirits of Lavana, that they've looked for Richard Faree, must be quite special. Watch the market closely. There's Daryl Marie's bipod on screen. All right, welcome back. Second race on the card now. And yeah, Dean Cannemeyer's got a couple, McDazzler and one to follow up, French Flame, in terms of the top end of the market anyway. And McDazzler 16 to 10. French Flame's trading 6 to 1. So are many others in the race, 6 to 1. Horses like Always Shining, Red Mountain, 6 to 1. Start of the PAs. It's one of those races over 1,400 metres. In the advantage of McDazzler and French Flame, they're well drawn, so they must have chances, but the market, Betway's market, has got McDazzler as the outright favourite. Would you support that, Daryl?
It was nice to see him show some improvements on the poly last time out, because in the Western Cape he had a bit of a reputation and he was yet to show anything on the track itself.
Yeah.
On paper, strictly on paper, Clyde, there's absolutely nothing separating himself and Always Shining on the Gorgeous Dude run. Now, Always Shining is 1.5 kilos better off because of Rachel's allowance for a half a length beating. So I still have a preference for Mac Dazzler, but on paper, always Shining has to be taken seriously, so shouldn't be much separating the two of them once again. It looks like number 4 is the stable elect. I mean, with the booking of Craig Zaki.
Correct.
And now French Flame, lovely debut. That form line has reproduced several winners, or produced several winners, direct winners and indirect winners. Maybe found the 1200 on the sharp side in his second start, so I'm taking him seriously. I'm not discounting his chances. I think the race lies between numbers 3, 4, and 5, but I've taken my chances by bankering Mac Dazzler in the place accumulator.
Okay, yeah, it does seem to be the right horse. From a PA perspective, there's Daryl's PA, banker 4 by banker 10, and then he's got those horses that you guys can just take down or use the code on your right-hand side, use your phone, camera, and then it'll come up for you as well. Place accumulator time, guys, let's get on. Okay, guys, we're going 1,700 meters now. It's pick 6 time. And MJ Udendaal's got this horse, Bukwe Bizana, who's priced up at 3-1. And number 6, Ibiza Knight, second choice at 7-2. Same for Garth Puller's other stable, other runner, that was Fire Force, who's 7-2. And then Fani Bronkhorst has got Caliburn back in the play at 5-1. Then it's double figures about the others. This horse, Bukwe Bizana, is having its second run for the Udendaal stable now. It seemed to show a bit of improvement in its local run in KwaZulu-Natal.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad effort whatsoever. She was staying on in the latter stages, Clyde. Take note, there are 2 runners that are slightly in at the weights. She being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Ubukwe Bizana. Ran slightly above her rating last time out, but the weights were published. So she comes into this race fairly well in being a handicap. The same can be said with Ibiza Knight. I think he was 1 kilogram well in of year. He gets fitted with the blinkers. Clyde, this is a maiden handicap, so it does make things tricky, but it's a conditional maiden. I like the look of Caliburn here. Now, he's always been ultra consistent, never far off. Excuse me, Clyde, if you go back in his form lines, he's been beaten by horses that have actually gone on with it in handicap company, and I'm of the opinion that he improved with the blinkers last time out. That was the race that Striker dictated the pace up front on Mr. Assie's horse.
That's a Barberton.
Or the Asmen.
Yes.
And, you know, when Fonny rates, especially the polytrack, his stats are quite high.
Okay.
So Gavin likes to give his mount some confidence from the saddle, patient rides, and that's what this horse needs. So I think his style of riding will certainly suit Caliburn. So I'm leaning towards number 10 over here as the likely winner. And then number 2, Clyde. Now, Richard Free reunites with the son of Mambo in Seattle, Fire Force. In his penultimate starts, he finished 4th over the very same course and distance as he is over today. And Richard will know him better in a race this time round. So don't be surprised to see him make use of him, because he appears to be one pace. So I'm going 10 from 2.
Okay, and that's what you've done in the pick 6. Gavin Larena gets to ride Daryl Murray's first choice, Caliburn, for the first time. Number 10 on the card. They've got Daryl's going 2-10 in the first leg of the pick 6. And as he indicated earlier, that it's a tough card. It's not easy today. And that's basically his skeleton play. You may have to add, just take a smaller percentage and hopefully catch. So the question now is, does Baron Boertes hold the key here? That's the big one, because he's got quite a few. He's got the favourite, Kind Judy, although they bet 4-1 the field. He's also got that horse running in here, Light of Day. Light of Day's priced up, what price? 11-2, and he's got Trentino. I don't know what sort of chance that's got, but it's single figures. It's 9-1 at the moment. So maybe it's a Baron Boertes race. Although it's quite tough, it's not easy. It is one of those races where they go over the 1,900 metres. And I don't know, Daryl, I know you had a few in your perms for this race. Tough.
This is where it starts getting
Harder.
very hard, Clyde. Last Ginger. Now you can see her last couple of starts on the poly track haven't quite been encouraging, but take note, Clyde. She never got handy on those occasions or in front.
Yeah.
And now they're making the use of the 4 kg apprentice in Plakies. She is going to push forward, and when she's in front, she's gutsy. She's very fit, so don't be surprised to see her contest the finish. I think she's a live wire here. I like her chances. Number 7 interests me, Doctor's Orders. Now she's having her debut for a new yard. She's now with Mr. Dixon, Mark Dixon, and you can see she's very, very effective over the course and distance. Twice for a win and a second, and her rating has actually come down to a 66. As high as a 76. So if she's not in need of the run, I'm going to say she'll be right there at the finish. I'm expecting a bold showing on her behalf. Then you have to consider several others, likes of Kind Judy, who's been in really good form in her new province. I mean, she just found 1 to good last time out. And then, although number 1 Roy's Rock is under sufferance of here, she's in good form herself, and she's only got 52 to shoulder from a neat draw. I wouldn't be surprised to see her contest the finish. Yeah, Clyde, this is very, very
Tough.
open. Maybe the value lies with Doctor's Orders, number 7.
Yeah, I see it's 12 to 1 at the moment, Doctor's Orders. So if you're looking for a bit of value, maybe that's the horse at 12 to 1 at the moment. That's the 10 o'clock market. Remember, 10 a.m. is when we do the show this Wednesday morning. And here's Daryl's jackpot. 1678 by 159 by 35678 by 1269 and 13. Okay, now time to go, what are we, the mile? And we're halfway through, second jackpot time. If you haven't played yet today and you've just switched on, why don't you attempt a second jackpot? Daryl Marie would have worked one out for us. The 10 a.m. market, number 6 Sundance Kid at 22 to 10 from Betway. Number 6 Bowie's, also I like, at 9 to 2. And number 3 Wiley Riley is the other one in there at 5 to 1. Again, the Fanzels. Gareth Van Zyl's got a couple in here that have got decent chances. Dean Canema's got Pardenom, who comes to KwaZulu-Natal, priced up 11 to 2, and then 7 to 1 and better about the others. I thought Bowie, in the company that she was in last time, chimed in between 2 decent runners. Not bad, and must have some sort of claim in a race like this. What do you think, Daryl?
It wasn't a bad effort on his behalf returning from a layoff last time, Clyde. But it's been 749 days
since he's won. Sure. 2
yeah.
years, huh?
You know, you could get it right one of these days.
Yeah.
He deserves to.
Sure.
I just want to touch on the pace of this race. Several in here that like to push forward, namely Lady Heist, Wiley Riley, Sundance Kid, Josephine's Pride, 6 Hotfix. So maybe that will set up the race for something just off the pace. The likes of Pardenom, who's one of the few over here that Clyde that you can't really compare his lines, form lines or collateral form lines, because he has been racing in the Western Cape. In saying that, he has been getting left in his last couple of starts. And if you're going to get left on the poly track, you got it all to do. You really have to be good to turn into the straight zone last and run them down on the poly track. It just makes things so much more difficult. But his rating has come down. Let's see how he moves down to the start. I wouldn't be surprised to see him make a winning local debut. Sundance Kid, cracking effort last time out in a plated race. His only below par run was on a turf soft surface. So since they've stepped up in distance with him over a mile, he's been ultra consistent. However, when Richard Free won on him 3 starts back, he really controlled the pace on that occasion. And with all the pace in the race this time around, I don't see that happening. But one never knows. He's certainly on the upgrade. I mean, the penny has dropped with the son of Master My Fate. I like the look of 6 Hotfix. Now, he is held by Richard Free's mount, Sundance Kid, in his penultimate start. But Clyde, if you watch that race, he was pulling terribly under Rachel on that occasion. Rachel actually got him to a great position, but the pace was slowed down terribly and he was over racing. So he's drawn towards the outside. He's going to push forward, Clyde.
Yeah.
And I think his form with the blinkers has been really, really good. So I'm leaning towards 6 Hotfix, but this is a very tricky race, Clyde.
6 Hotfix at this morning. And what price? I think it's any price, isn't it? No, 8 to 1. It's one of those races where it's quite congested, the market. 6 Hotfix could win again. It's a tough race. Daryl's going jackpots. Second jackpot 1, 5 and 9 by 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 6, 9 and 13. And the last leg 2, 5, 6 and 8. Okay, not easy this one. Handicap fillies and mares. And it's a sprint over 1,000 metres. Can Fani Bronkhorst maybe get it right in this particular race? He's taken that also Enchanting Lady. And going to have a go with that. Let's have a look at the market in terms of what Betway priced up for you quickly. Rugger Lover, number 10 on the card. Fortini Princely, 3 to 1. Favourite, 2 Vision of Will, second choice, 11 to 2. 5 Herein After, 6 to 1. 6 to 1 also number 7, Enchanting Lady, and then 7 to 1 and better about the others. You give Enchanting Lady any sort of chance? Richard Verrion?
Listen, Claude, she's always on top of them. Wasn't a bad post made an effort whatsoever. Yeah. She actually took a very awkward stride at about the 600 meter marker. It was over 1200. Maybe the Poly 1000 will suit her. I wouldn't be surprised because it looks like she's off a competitive mark.
And Gavin Lorena riding that horse Prankster instead because he's ridden Enchanted Lady and now they found Richard Verrion. Not sure what the arrangement is.
He's also riding for he's riding Caliburn for the stable earlier on, so I'm not too sure if he had the choice of rides.
Okay.
Clyde, Herein After, last time out, she was never in doubt. Now I know she's a few kilograms worse off with Rugger Lover, but I could certainly see her confirming that form. That was only her second start for a new yard, and I think she should be thereabouts. This is a hard race, Clyde. Twinkle Little Star, number 8. Daughter of Savannah. I thought she would have produced more on the race course by now. In saying that, she's never actually contested a race over 1,000 meters, and she's never been on the poly track either. So yeah, she's coming down in class, and her rating has come down to a 79. So there's quite a bit in her favor, but there are a few unknowns. I don't know if she's going to be run off her feet over a quick 1,000 on the poly track. But if she's not, I think she can be competitive. Beaded Gown. Now, she's making her debut for Byron Poitz's yard. There's a few equipment changes happening with her. I mean, the blinkers go on, the tongue tie goes on. She's won over the course and distance. Let's see how she goes. I'm saying don't be surprised to see her right there at the finish. I don't know what to make of this race, Clyde.
Tough.
Yeah. Sure.
Tough race. All right, well, we'll leave it at that. Not easy, this handicap fillies and mares over 1,000 metres. Here's what we recommend you do in terms of this race is try Daryl's pick 3, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then the second last leg, 1, 2, 6, 9, 13. And the last leg, 2, 5, 6 and 8. That's 100 Rand pick 3, maybe worth a shot. So we're going 1,400 now. Number 1, Zinakele, top of the boards. Priced up this morning at 3 to 1. 7 to 2, about 10, Wonderful, whose form line's quite strong, is the second choice at 7 to 2. 5 to 1, about the third choice, number 7, Blue Horizon for the Mowing stable. And then you've got 11, Sashaway, who's priced up at around, what price is Sashaway? Let me have a look. I think 10s. 9, 10 to 1 thereabouts. So monitor the market later. When you're watching it closer to race time, you can see where you stand. Not easy again. It's one of those kind of races. If you get quartets, if you're able to catch a quartet or something like that, surely you're going to get some money out of this, Daryl.
I want to see you attempt a quartet in this race.
No, I don't know how you'd play it. I'm not sure. You're the tipster.
Yeah, Zenakele's in cracking form. Just take note, she does get fitted with the blinkers again. Mm-hmm. She's worn the blinkers in the past. I think that is because of the fact that she's coming back to the 1,400. Yeah, she's in good form, Clyde. She picked up a bit of a penalty for running second last time out. Looked like she was actually going to win on that occasion. Yeah, I respect her. But go back a few runs. When she was returning from a layoff, she actually finished 5 lengths behind Sleek as Silk over this course and distance. Now, Sleek as Silk, it was great to see your mate Paul Lafferty have a winner recently. I think the stable has been a little bit dull, but let's hope the floodgates open.
Well done,
her form of the course and distance is great. Penultimate start, touched off by Wiziact or Wiseact in open company. I'm taking her seriously today. I like the look of number 6, Sleek as Silk. If you are playing trifectas and quartets, Clyde, I know there's a form line over here which is quite dated. But listen to this now. Let me pull it up. It was on the 18th of October, right? The Morgan Le Fay form line. Zenikile ran second to Morgan Le Fay, who ran third, less than half a length behind her. A mare called Aisling. Now, this mare comes into this race. She's ridden by Apprentice Plakies, taking 2.5 off her back, so she's set to carry 50 kilograms. She is as much as 9 kilograms better off with Zenikele for half a length beating.
Sure.
So please, if you are playing trifectas and quartets,
25 to 1, that also.
Number 13, Aisling, has to be included. But I like the look of Laps Filia, Sleek as Silk, to be thereabouts.
Okay. Maybe we do the swing of 6 and 13 or something like that. But anyway, we've got a double. 1, 2, 6, 9, 13. 2 horses most spoken about, 6 and 13 in this race. And then the last, 2, 5, 6 and 8. Welcome back. We stay over the 1400 and MJ Oendal's got a favourite in here, although it's 4 to 1 the field, but he's got that horse One Irish Rover. Richard Faree's riding that, and they topped the boards this morning. Gavin's on Gareth van Zyl's horse, Gavin Lorena that is, on number 8, Mr. Maloney, second choice 5 to 1 this morning. And then you got 2 Bally Magic, who's at 11 to 2. After that, it's around 7, 8 to 1 and better about the balance of the horses. So, yeah, I think it's a tough race to end the day. One of those, again, it's a quartet opportunity. And that's why we got Daryl Marie, the one and only, who will help us get through this week, I take it.
Yeah, Clyde, I don't know.
Let's get through tonight, Mr. Marie.
Bally Magic, 1 for 1. Well, 1 from 1 for his new yard. Last time out, he different tactics. Went to the front, stayed there. Strictly on paper, he's got the beating of One Irish Rover. I mean, he beat him and he's 2.5 kilograms better off, but you can't really compare 4 kg claimer to Richard Faree. So
no, sure.
That will negate that. So I don't believe there will be much separating the two of them. This number 6 Forest Jump, now he's penultimate start and 3 runs back behind Cupid Song and Putilicious. He actually didn't have the best of luck in running. And then last time out on the poly track where he's most effective, he returned to form, Clyde. So have a look at his rating. He's actually come down nicely in the ratings and he's very competitive off his current 69 mark. And have a look at his course and distance form. He's been victorious 4 times. So track and trip ideal, right mark. He'll be thereabouts. He is a 7-year-old though, so that is a bit of a concern. But I like the look of Forest Jump here. And then Clyde, Mr. Maloney, number 8. Now, last time out, he was, I don't know what actually happened, but he was never in contention. So he's much better when he goes handy. And yeah, he's got flashes of form. On best form, he has to be considered for the shortlist.
You want a Rennie?
Sure. I might need more than a Rennie after the last at Greyville today, Clyde.
Okay.
The whole meeting is ultra competitive. Forest Jump, my narrow first selection.
Okay. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Betway Waited to Win. Thank you to the team. This is the last preview for this Wednesday afternoon, and we're taking exactas boxed. 2, 5, 6 and 8. Thanks, everybody. We're back with a Val on Thursday.